In a station of the metro, the apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet black bough. This is an Imagist poem by an Imagist poet, Ezra Pound. It tends to be very short, it's almost 12 words. However, it's difficult to understand because it has some important meanings. Ezra Pound spent some time in Paris, where the metro is a very famous means of transportation. So we could say that this staying in Paris perhaps it inspired him to write this poem based on his real experience of the metro. As we know, Paris is a very crowded city, and people need, in order to move from one place to another, to take the metro or the subway underground. So here, it reflects the idea of that human beings are like rats. They need to go to the underground where there is dirt and there is darkness and there is place of rats and all the all the dirty beings. Another thing is the word apparition almost suggests that they are not really human. They are like ghosts. Their faces are not clear enough. So the connection between the metro, underground, and deaths is also can be existed. Like as we know, like human, when they die, they move from one world to another world, which we all know about. And we could say that the poet used the idea of transportation to talk about human experience in this life, especially how it ends with death. The poem is not talking about something very big, something very popular, something that everyone talk about, something very famous. No, it is not. The poem here is a good illustration of the idea that Imagist poet must go to the dust bin, which means that as an Imagist poet, you have to go to things that people like are not talking about, things that people find unattractive. So they are not important to talk about, to write a poem about them. So here the poet draws our attention to something very uh, like very normal, something happens repeatedly. As you can see, the poem is very short. The poet here, or Imagist poet in particular, gives you a very short poem and give you to the point images, because according to Imagists, they believe that it is the reader role, it is the reader job to understand the meaning of of imagery.